AI feels like magic. You type a prompt, the cursor blinks, and then intelligence appears from the void. For the user, the experience is weightless, frictionless, and often free. We have been conditioned by 2 decades of the internet to believe that digital products have zero marginal cost. We think sending a prompt to an AI is the same as sending a search query to Google, but that is a dangerous illusion. Because unlike a Google search, which retrieves existing data, generative AI builds new data. It doesn't just look things up, it thinks. And thinking is incredibly expensive. Every time that cursor moves, a graphic processing unit in a data center somewhere in Nevada or Northern Virginia spins up. Electricity flows, water cools the circuits. There is a physical, hard dollar cost attached to every single word. And right now, the companies building these tools are bleeding billions to subsidize that cost. This subsidy can't last forever. The bill is coming due. And the most important question in tech right now isn't who has the smartest model. It is, who is going to pay for it? Because the answer to that question will decide who controls the next era of the internet. To understand the future, we have to look at the unit economics. For 20 years, the economics of the internet were defined by zero marginal cost. Once you wrote the code for Facebook, adding one more user cost almost nothing. That is why the free tier worked. AI breaks that math. Industry analysts estimate that an AI query costs anywhere from 10 to 100 times more than a standard keyword search. It requires massive clusters of H100 GPUs running 24/7. We are talking about the infrastructure that rivals the energy consumption of small nations. When you scale this to billions of users, the costs don't flatten out, they compound. This creates a structural crisis for AI companies. They cannot just give this away in exchange for growth like a social media startup. They will go bankrupt, so the money has to come from somewhere. And right now, the industry is fracturing into 3 distinct business models to solve this problem. The user pays, the advertiser pays, the platform pays. This isn't just accounting. Each of these models incentivizes the AI to behave in a completely different way. Depending on who pays, the AI becomes a different product. The first path is the most honest, the subscription model. You pay $20 a month, you get the intelligence. This is the path of OpenAI's ChatGPT Plus or Anthropic's Claude. The incentives here are aligned. Because you are the customer, the AI is optimized for competence. It doesn't need to lie to you. It doesn't need to distract you. It just needs to be smart enough that you don't cancel your subscription. But there is a massive ceiling on this model. Most people on Earth cannot or will not pay $20 a month for a chatbot. Subscriptions limit the technology to the professional class, coders, writers, knowledge workers. It creates a tiered society, the wealthy get unbiased AI, while everyone else gets something else. Furthermore, subscription businesses are brutal. If the AI stops improving, users leave. This forces companies to focus entirely on power users, leaving the general public behind. But if the masses aren't paying with their wallets, how do they get access? That brings us to the second and most dangerous path, the advertiser model. This is how the current internet was built. Google, Meta, Twitter, they are all free because advertisers foot the bill. We are already seeing this migrate to AI. Look at Perplexity's sponsored follow-up questions or Google's AI overviews. When advertisers pay, the incentive changes. The AI is no longer optimized for truth. It is optimized for conversion. Imagine asking your AI for a diet plan. If you pay for the AI, it gives you the healthiest option. If an advertiser pays, it might subtly suggest a specific brand of protein powder. This is insidious because LLMs are persuasive. We trust them more than search results. If the highest bidder controls the answer, the oracle becomes a salesperson. The danger here isn't just annoying ads, it's that the underlying logic of the model begins to warp toward consumption rather than utility. We saw this happen to Google search. It started clean, and over 20 years, it was optimized to show you ads, not answers. AI will speed run that deterioration if it relies on ads to survive. Then, there is the third option, the loss leader. This is the strategy of the giants, Apple and Microsoft. In this model, the AI is free, but only if you live inside their walls. Apple doesn't need to make money on the AI query. They make money when you buy a $1,200 iPhone to run it. Microsoft doesn't need to charge you for Copilot. They just need to make sure you never cancel your Office 365 subscription. When the platform pays, the AI optimizes for lock-in. It will work beautifully with their apps and terribly with their competitors. It focuses on convenience, not neutrality. The cost of the compute is absorbed into the hardware price. This creates a fragmented world. Your AI assistant on an iPhone will have a completely different personality and capability set than an AI on Windows or Android. But there is one final player flipping the table. Meta, Mark Zuckerberg. While everyone else is trying to build a business model, Meta is giving their state-of-the-art models away for free. Open source. Why? Is it charity? No. It's scorched earth. By making the AI model free, Meta destroys the profit margins of OpenAI and Google. They commoditize the intelligence so that no one else can hold it ransom. If the model is free, the value moves back to where Meta wins. Social networks and data harvesting. This creates a world where AI is abundant and cheap, but the control lies with whoever owns the distribution. The technology of AI is fascinating, but the economics of AI are destiny. We are currently in the honeymoon phase, where VC money is subsidizing our usage. That phase is ending. As a user, you will soon have to choose how you pay, with your wallet, with your attention, or with lock-in. So here's the real question. Who do you think should pay for AI? Because whoever pays eventually controls the system. If you want to see exactly how Apple and Google are already building these cages, watch this breakdown next.